Start kami lah. Baiklah, selamat malam dan salam sejahtera saya ucapkan kepada semua penonton-penonton yang bersama kami pada malam ini. Bagi rakan-rakan pengangkap saya ucapkan salam pengangkap. Dan sebelum kita mulakan majlis kita pada malam ini, ingin saya menjemput Wakil Sekretariat Pengakap Laut serta Persatuan Pengangkap Malaysia iaitu Tuan Helmi bin Abu Bakar.
Okay. Assalamualaikum, salam pengakap. Very good morning to all the audience. It is an honor to be joined by all the panelists in our webinar tonight. Okay, jadi webinar kita akan jalankan malam ni dalam dua bahasa. Jadi untuk webinar bagi siri kedua ini adalah penumpuan kita kepada sambutan Hari Alam Sekitar Sedunia ataupun World Environment Day yang tarikh asalnya ialah pada 5 Jun. Jadi tujuan kita menganjurkan ini sebagai salah satu daripada 4 webinar kita adalah untuk memberikan pendedahan kepada golongan muda, khasnya ahli-ahli pengakap kita yang kalau PKK itu berumur semuda 9 atau 10 tahun tentang kepentingan untuk menjaga alam sekitar kita. Sebab pada masa ini, pada zaman sekarang kita ada terlalu banyak isu alam sekitar yang kita perlu hadapi. Di bandar-bandar besar ada isu pelepasan karbon atau carbon emission yang menyebabkan global warming, kemudian boleh juga menyebabkan pencairan glacier yang terusnya menyebabkan peningkatan aras laut. Ada beberapa negara di dunia yang sedang menghadapi risiko akan lenyap terus daripada muka bumi kerana kenaikan aras laut ini. Kemudian kita juga ada isu kebakaran hutan. Macam tahun lepas kita ada kebakaran hutan yang sangat besar di Australia, di Amazon, dan ini semua menyebabkan alam sekitar kita terancam dan kualiti hidup kita juga menjadi berkurangan. Jadi hanya kita yang boleh melakukan perubahan untuk memperbaiki keadaan alam sekitar kita, sebab yang menyebabkan kemusnahan ini juga adalah manusia. Jadi kita beruntung kerana hari ini kita disertai oleh ahli-ahli panel yang berpengalaman. Terima kasih, jutaan terima kasih saya ucapkan kepada Yang Berbahagia Tan Sri Salleh, Tan Sri Dr. Salleh sebagai Naib Presiden Turtle Conservation Society of Malaysia, juga Pro-Canselor Universiti Teknologi Malaysia, dan juga merupakan Ketua Pengarah Pertama Institut Penyelidikan Hutan Malaysia ataupun FRIM, Forest Research Institute of Malaysia. Kemudian beliau juga merupakan ahli kehormat honorary member untuk Malaysian Nature Society. Jadi memang seorang yang sangat-sangat berpengalaman. Kita bertuah dapat bersama-sama dengan Tan Sri pada hari ini. Kemudian kita juga disertai oleh Madam Baida Jane Herkes, Presiden Free Tree Society, yang akan membincangkan pada kita banyak tentang penanaman pokok, kepentingan hutan dan sebagainya. Dan juga akhir sekali daripada Persatuan Pengakap Malaysia sendiri, kita ada saudara Rian Promprasid, Pesuruhjaya Ibu Pejabat Kebangsaan bagi Environmental Program. Jadi kita berharap ahli-ahli panel akan dapat berkongsi seberapa banyak message, awareness kepada golongan muda supaya mereka sedar apa tindakan yang perlu diambil untuk memperbaiki keadaan kita pada masa sekarang. Jadi saya tidak berniat untuk bercakap panjang. Terima kasih sekali lagi. Terima kasih juga pada moderator, saudara Hariesh, Kumar dan semua technical team. Saya harap webinar kali ini akan dapat memberi manfaat. Kita ada lagi 2 webinar untuk Hari Lautan Sedunia pada 20 hari bulan dan juga Hari Pelaut pada 27 hari bulan. Jadi kita harap para pendengar, para hadirin akan dapat menyertai kita dalam 2 webinar yang akan datang juga. Jadi itu saja untuk hari ini. Terima kasih saya ucapkan sekali lagi. Selamat berwebinar. Terima kasih.
Wah, terima kasih di atas ucapan yang sangat mengagumkan tersebut, Tuan. Baiklah, sebelum kita memulakan webinar kita pada malam ini, ingin saya membuat pengumuman daripada pesanan penaja kita, iaitu jangan lupa share dan like serta komen live kita pada malam ini, serta jangan lupa untuk like page FB Malaysia Sea Scouts. Pada akhir malam webinar ini, ingin saya ingatkan bahawa kita akan share link untuk kuis, dan daripada kuis tersebut, semua peserta akan mendapat e-sijil peringkat kebangsaan. Jadi jangan lepaskan peluang emas ini. Baiklah, bila dah lama macam ni, saya terlupa nak perkenalkan diri saya. Okay, saya Hariesh Kumar, wakil Kelana daripada pasukan Kelana C, Charlie Rovers, wilayah Persekutuan Kuala Lumpur. Dan kita pada malam ini kita amat bertuah kerana kita mendapat 3 panelis daripada latar belakang yang berkaitan alam sekitar, dan mereka akan mengkongsikan pengalaman mereka sepanjang penglibatan mereka dalam alam sekitar. Jadi bagi panelis pertama kita adalah Tan Sri Dr. Salleh Muhammad Noor. Beliau merupakan Ketua Pengarah Institut Penyelidikan Hutan Malaysia ataupun dikenali sebagai FRIM yang terletak di Kepong, Kuala Lumpur. Beliau juga merupakan Naib Presiden Persatuan Pemuliharaan Tuntung, Kura-Kura dan Penyu Malaysia, serta beliau juga merupakan Pro Canselor Universiti Teknologi Malaysia. Apa khabar Tan Sri pada malam ni? Tan Sri, maaf, Tan Sri mute mic. Tan Sri kena unmute mic. Tak apa, ada masalah teknikal. Jadi kita teruskan dengan panelis kita nombor 2, iaitu Cik Baida Jane Herkes. Beliau merupakan Presiden Free Tree Society Malaysia. Kini mempunyai 2 nursery, satu di Cawangan Bangsa dan satu lagi di Cawangan Pudu. Beliau juga merupakan seorang environmentalist dan juga social activist. Beliau lah yang menubuhkan Free Tree Society ini pada tahun 2012, dan sehingga kini Free Tree Society sebagai satu NGO berjaya dibangunkan dengan harapan untuk membawa perubahan di kalangan masyarakat kita sendiri. Hello Miss Jane, how are you tonight?
Good, thank you. Nice to be here. Good evening, country.
It is a great honor to have you tonight. We looking forward to have this sharing session with you.
Boleh dengar saya dah?
Looking forward to it.
To have the sharing session with you.
Hariesh, boleh dengar saya?
Looking.
Yes, Tan Sri boleh dengar.
Okay, Alhamdulillah.
Okay, alright.
Sorry, Baida, sorry.
It's okay.
That's okay.
So,
Look
Miss,
forward to sharing lots. I know you've got lots
yes.
of questions for us. Yeah.
Sure. Okay, bagi panelis ketiga kita adalah Encik Rian Promprasid Sid. Beliau bertugas sebagai seorang pendidik di SK Damansara Damai 1 dan juga beliau merupakan seorang pesuruhjaya Ibu Pejabat Kebangsaan Persatuan Pengakap Malaysia dan memegang portfolio di bawah bahagian World Scout Environment Program ataupun dikenali sebagai WSEP. Apa khabar Encik Rian?
Khabar baik. Hariesh macam mana? Sihat?
Saya sihat.
Nampak handsome hari ni.
Terima kasih. Okey, baiklah. Sebelum kita terus menjunam untuk bincang pasal alam sekitar, mari kita ada sesi ice breaking sebentar antara panelis kita. So untuk Tan Sri, sepanjang apa yang saya tengok di internet, saya dapati bahawa Tan Sri amat meminati bidang perhutanan daripada diploma, master dan juga PhD. Tan Sri sangat meminati bidang perhutanan sampai selama 30 tahun Tan Sri mempunyai pengalaman dalam bidang perhutanan dan serta alam sekitar lain. Jadi apa yang menarik yang menyebabkan Tan Sri ingin menjadikan sektor ini sebagai kerjaya utama Tan Sri? Boleh ceritakan sedikit?
Ya, sebenarnya ini bukan pilihan pertama, tetapi saya dapat scholarship, dapat Coleman Plan belajar perhutanan di Australia. Saya terima scholarship tu and no regrets. I've had a very enjoyable life. Spent years in the forest doing forest inventory. The longest I spent in the forest is 3 months without coming out camping. So siapa nak camping dalam hutan boleh ikut saya. Sekarang tak boleh lah.
Boleh.
Dulu. Banyak cerita-cerita saya dan telah pun saya rekod dalam buku autobiografi saya. Ya. Dan saya menjadi Ketua Pengarah FRIM yang pertama selama 10 tahun. Telah mengubah FRIM daripada satu jabatan bahagian dalam Jabatan Perhutanan sebagai badan berkanun. Dan saya juga telah menerajui Malaysian Nature Society, Persatuan Pemuliharaan sebagai presidennya selama 30 tahun. Dan banyak pengalaman saya dalam MNS, di Belum, Ndarompin dan banyak lagi bidang-bidang pemuliharaan telah kita laksanakan. Terima kasih.
Alright, terima kasih Tan Sri. Okay, so moving on to our next panelist, Miss Baida. So, based on your personal experience, what actually inspires you most about ocean, and that actually makes you to step forward and make changes in relation to our environment?
Well, I started Free Tree Society in 2012 because I felt that too many people were concreting their gardens and creating hot, sterile spaces, which isn't a direct link to the ocean that you might see. But what I originally wanted was to see more greenery in urban areas. And over the last 7 years, we've given away almost 40,000 plants to be planted mostly in urban areas. And of course, we've taught over 18,000 people gardening skills and such. And all of it at the end of the day does have a direct link to the oceans and probably what concerns the Sea Scouts.
Yes.
So all of this climate change and emissions and deforestation, all of it ties and links back together. So even planting a tree in your garden is going to have a direct effect on the integrity of our oceans in the big scale. But yeah, that's a little bit about what I do.
Yes. As everyone says that everything starts from home. So yeah, planting a tree from home will make a change in our nature. Yes.
Lots and lots of little changes.
Yes, definitely. Alright, so moving on to our next panelist, Encik Rian. Encik Rian, berdasarkan biodata yang saya baca, saya dapati Encik Rian sangat aktif dalam bidang kepengangkapan. Biasanya kita ni aktiviti kepengangkapan amat hanya dipentingkan di sesi sekolah sahaja. Ramai yang tak tahu yang lepas sekolah aktiviti kepengangkapan masih boleh diteruskan sebagai seorang kelana dan juga seperti yang Encik berada sekarang lah. Jadi apa yang menyebabkan Encik Rian masih mempunyai semangat kepengangkapan daripada zaman sekolah dan sampai sekarang?
Okay, Hariesh. Bak kata apa dah pengakap lah. One the scout, always a scout kan. Dia susah nak buang. Okay, yang tu tagline pengakap yang orang kata bergema di telinga setiap orang pengakap. Jadi sebenarnya kenapa saya minat dengan pengakap ni sebenarnya sejujurnya lah sebab alam. Saya suka nature kan. Jadi bila daripada sekolah menengah saya terlibat dengan perkemahan apa kan. Jadi secara tak langsung menimba pengalaman daripada masa saya menambah minat saya. Dan kebetulan pula nak dijadikan cerita, saya pula rezeki saya menjadi cikgu. Dan unit uniform saya pula pengakap. Jadi teruslah berkembang daripada dulu sampailah sekarang. Itulah cerita dia. Macam mana saya boleh terus bersemangat. Kononnya semangat lah, tapi tak adalah semangat sangat pun. Tapi enjoy. I really enjoy scouting lah. Because scouting makes me close to nature. I think that's the main point of me scouting right now. Okay.
Saya
Wonderful.
harap segala mesej daripada tiga-tiga panelis ni mampu kita melekatkanlah dalam otak kita. Ini adalah satu semangat daripada mereka. Jadi tanpa melengahkan masa, mari kita teruskan webinar kita pada malam ini. Okay, so sebelum itu saya mau berkongsikan sedikit sebanyak tentang Hari Alam Sekitar. Jadi Hari Alam Sekitar ataupun dikenal sebagai World Environment Day akan disambut setiap tahun pada 5 Jun. Okey. Dan kita disambut bermula World Environment Day disambut sejak pada tahun 1974 lagi. Dan di badan organisasi yang terlibat adalah actually United Nation Environment Program ataupun dikenal sebagai UNEP lah. Okey, kalau macam sekarang ni kita sentiasa dengar tentang WHO memberi saranan tentang SOP bagi krisis COVID ini. Jadi bagi alam sekitar pula, apakah badannya? Badannya adalah UNEP, United Nation Environment Program. Dan kini pertubuhan ini berpusat di Nairobi di Kenya dan juga mengawal tentang alam sekitar di seluruh dunia lah. Okey. Jadi Tan Sri, ini adalah daripada soalan pertama daripada saya. Bagaimana Hari Alam Sekitar disambut di Malaysia pada masa dahulu dan juga sekarang? Dan apakah kesedaran masyarakat di Malaysia tentang Hari Alam Sekitar ini?
Hari Alam Sekitar ni diraikan di Malaysia tiap-tiap tahun. Tetapi oleh kerana COVID-19 ni tahun ni tidak begitu menggalakkan dan saya pun tak dengar apa-apa perayaan. Persatuan Pencinta Alam biasanya ada program terkhas untuk merayakan World Environment Day. Tetapi tahun ni a bit quiet. Duka cita lah ya. Tetapi seperti mana yang sudah kata tadi, World Environment Day ni satu detik yang sangat berfaedah dan harus diberi tumpuan. Namun begitu di negara di dunia ada United Nations ada 253 United Nations International Day. Termasuk 18 environmental related. Ada Ocean Day, Forest Day, Biodiversity Day, Habitat Day, Wildlife Day, Water Day, Mother Earth Day, Ocean Earth Day, Bee Day, Tropic Day, Ozone Day, Clean Air Day dan Blue Sky Day. So banyak hari-hari yang terlibat dengan alam sekitar. Dan harus kita gunakan hari ini untuk meningkatkan kesedaran khususnya di kalangan anak-anak muda. Begitu pentingnya kita memelihara alam sekitar. Sebab kita semua hidup dalam satu dunia yang kita berkongsi udara yang sama, lautan yang sama, Mother Earth yang sama. Oleh yang demikian kesedaran ni sangat-sangatlah yang penting. Dan saya harap tahun ini hostnya ialah Colombia bersama dengan Germany. Tetapi saya tak dengar apa program berkenaan, saya Google pun tak ada nampak program-program tertentu. Mungkin oleh sebab COVID-19 ni.
Betul-betul faham. Sebelum kita teruskan pada soalan seterusnya, saya ada terlupa satu maklumat penting lah, iaitu tema Hari Alam Sekitar pada tahun ni adalah Time for Nation ataupun dalam bahasa Melayunya adalah masanya untuk alam. Jadi saya harap
Time for Nature.
Yes, Time for Nature.
Nature, ya. Yeah.
Sorry, Time for Nature, my bad.
Ya, team.
Okay. So soalan seterusnya, sejak kebelakangan ni disebabkan pembangunan yang sangat padat yang berlaku di seluruh dunia untuk memberi kehidupan yang lebih baik bagi kita. Tapi pada masa yang sama, setiap aktiviti yang dilakukan oleh manusia juga membawa kemudaratan kepada alam sekitar sendiri. Jadi apa pandangan Tan Sri serta panel-panel lain berkaitan isu ini?
Satu perkara yang terpenting sekali pada hemat saya, dunia menghadapi beberapa masalah yang besar. Yang pertama ialah population growth, iaitu populasi dunia yang begitu meningkat ya. pada sekarang lebih kurang populasi kita dalam lingkungan 7 bilion, 7.8 bilion. Dan dianggapkan 90% je adalah daripada negara membangun, developing countries. China 1.4 bilion, iaitu 18%. India 17%. Dan mereka ini, populasi ini meningkat dan keperluan mereka atas sumber-sumber dunia, sumber-sumber Mother Earth meningkat. Keperluan makanan, keperluan alam sekitar dan sebagainya. Dan mereka semua memberi tekanan yang sangat buruk terhadap alam sekitar. Dan saya harap satu isu yang harus kita tekankan ialah populasi ini. Dan negara kita alhamdulillah kita tak begitu ramai, 30 juta saja. Tetapi kita mesti jaga ni. Hasrat Yang Amat Berhormat, Yang Amat Berbahagia Tun Dr. Mahathir mungkin nak tingkatkan ke 70 juta, ini memberi implikasi yang sangat serius kepada negara kita dari segi tekanan kepada sumber-sumber alam sekitar dan sebagainya. Soalan yang kedua ialah desertification, iaitu keluasan tanah-tanah pasir yang sedang meningkat di dunia. Dan ia encroaching into urban areas, termasuk di Saudi Arabia, Kalahari Desert, Gobi Desert. Ini semua meningkat dan ini memberi cabaran yang baru terhadap kehidupan manusia. Dan yang ketiga yang saya anggap sangat penting ialah loss of biodiversity, kehilangan kepelbagaian biologi, iaitu kehilangan spesies-spesies, pokok-pokok, tumbuh-tumbuhan, hidupan-hidupan liar dan sebagainya. Dan yang terakhir ialah perubahan iklim. Dan 4 isu ini pada hemat saya dari segi global dan termasuk negara kita sendiri sangat serius yang anak-anak semua mesti sedar, oleh kerana ia akan memberi implikasi yang sangat serius kepada anak-anak semua bila anak-anak semua menjadi orang dewasa nanti.
Betul. Baik, terima kasih Tan Sri. Okay, so moving on, I would like to ask Miss Baida. So Miss Baida, being actively involved with nature under Free Tree Society. So what are the efforts that had been taken by Free Tree Society in order to restore the balance of our ecosystem?
Our
Perhaps
focus
you can share.
is on our focus is on planting trees with a focus on native trees or trees that are already endemic to or common to Malaysia. So these support local ecosystems and our precious Malaysian flora and fauna. The second part we do is about education, so teaching hands-on skills for sharing knowledge about sustainable living skills. So gardening skills is the main technique, how to compost and how that relates to reducing waste. We introduce topics about rainwater harvesting, and this is probably an interesting one that ties into saving water. So you're all Sea Scouts, so I'll ask you a question. Why is water precious? So most people don't realize that despite us being on a water planet and 70% of our Earth being covered in water, that only 3% of it is fresh, 3%, only 1.5% is actually usable and easily accessible by humans. 0.5% water needs and agriculture needs. Thinking again about how we utilize water. And again, we also spend a lot of time educating the public about the realities of the climate crisis and how can we make changes to reduce emissions from the home and also from the workplace, also in the schools. I really believe that everyone has to change their daily habits. So your choices at home, in the marketplace, and where we work, we all need to make lasting habits that change business as usual and how the world turns. So the diseases, the zoonotic diseases like COVID-19, the deforestation, species extinction, water scarcity, illegal wildlife trade, industrial agriculture practices, all of these we need to look at them in terms of the causes and the solutions. And a lot of it comes down to our choices in the marketplace. It's as simple as that. We have a lot to answer for personally in the daily choices that we make.
Yes, yes. Well, definitely, it is a good option for anyone who likes to go for volunteering and also to learn for gardening as well.
Everyone's welcome to come.
Yes. Okay. So nowadays in our society, it is very rare to see people considering this environmental sector as part of their major career, and we are being used to the professions, being a doctor, being an engineer, a lawyer. So as for you, being an environmentalist, what is the one thing that makes you persistently to do what you're actually doing now?
I really believe in it. It's the thing that makes me wake up in the morning. But as a career choice, you know, there's such a range in how you can enter.
Hello,
My
you're losing you, Bada.
background is a business degree, and here I
Miss Baida, can you hear me?
Sakut.
Oh, tersangkut.
I think Bada rightly said that you know, we have to increase planting trees.
okay.
Yeah, and MNS Malaysian Society has a major program on tree planting, Bada. Where
Yes,
our
I
target
have
is to
seen
plant
your
1 million
tree
trees.
planting project. Can you hear me a little bit better now?
Yeah, now we can hear you.
Okay, so this where I left off. I was going to say that I went to business schools, and here I am as a gardener teaching people how to plant trees. So it's not necessary to become a doctor or whatever. The environment, you know, the field is so vast. There are arborists, engineers, natural sciences, renewable energy research, even fashion. There's sustainable fashion nowadays. So there's so many options available to the children to consider, and every one of them can be made sustainable and environmentally friendly. So it's not just limited to being a scientist. Everybody can buy it.
And sustainable growth.
Yes. Okay, all right. Thank you. So moving on to our next question will be Mr. Rian. So yeah, so Mr. Rian, throughout your scouting experience from adolescent up till adulthood, what are the measures that scouts members have been taken in order to conserve the environment, actually, based on your
So,
experience?
okay, actually, when I still remember when I was a kid, actually, my teachers or scoutmaster always remind us about how we should conserve water, the energy, everything. I think from there, it's actually start to trigger everyone or every scout to learn that it is important to conserve. Even though it's a small thing, if it's a simple things, but it is a very important roles for everyone to do. And I think for scouts, not only to do, but also to believe that what we do will give a good result in the future. It's not only for us now, but it's for the future. I think that's the thing that the most important for scouts. And actually, scouts did a really great job with so many activities involved. Some of the scouts already involved with NGOs. For example, MNS. Some of the scouts are already involved with other NGOs and also contribute to the agency, any related agency. So I think scouting has did a very good job. I mean, the scouts itself.
Yes. I totally agree with you, actually. So, okay. So this is a general question. Any panel can actually answer this. How would you advise people who are interested in nature, but they don't wish to pursue it as their major career? Yeah.
My direct answer is join the Malaysian Society. We have branches all over the country, in
Enjoy
every state in the country. We have about 3,000 members, and there's only 50 ringgit a year. And we have so many activities. We have special interest groups. We have the birding group, the butterfly group, the marine group, what else? Um, many special interest groups within MNS. So join MNS. And we have a youth group too. We have a youth group. We have nature education centers in Terengganu, in Boti, in Cameron Highlands. We have one in Klang. We have one in Kuala Selangor Nature Park. So all these activities are open to members, and they're very cheap. You can enjoy nature. You can enjoy and hiking, jungle threshing, whatever else you want to do, including water activities as well. So join.
Yes.
I encourage you all to join, especially younger generation. And we'll be more happy to give you a briefing in schools, Ryan. We do give talks to schools on MNS. And MNS has the nature clubs in schools, Ryan. So you can start a nature club in your own school as well. So these are activities which MNS does to encourage the younger generation to learn about nature.
Yeah, I agree with Tan Sri. But the problem in schools, I mean, in our society or in our community, is that most of the parents usually will think that everything has to be learned in school rather than do it outside of the school. So that's, I think that's the problem for the implementation of the environmental education itself. That's the challenging part, especially in the urban area. So some of the kids never been to the jungle or look explore the nature itself. So I think it's one of the challenge that we need to tackle down. But how to tackle down is everyone has to cooperate. I mean, like Scouts, we can cooperate with NGOs or any sort of agencies. I think that's the best for every one of us. What do you think,
but within Kuala Lumpur itself, the nearest area is FRIM. There is a nature education center in FRIM. The forest there, and the Commonwealth Park in the near Rawang, Commonwealth Park. Beautiful areas there. So within Kuala Lumpur, there's so many areas which are accessible to schools, which are not dangerous. They're safe.
That's true.
So there shouldn't be any problem.
Yeah, totally agree with Tan Sri and also Mr. Yan. I also do believe that actually parents also should encourage their children to actually go outside. You know, not to stay at home, playing indoor games. You know, get in touch with sand, get in touch with the soil, in the water.
That's true. Dirty your hands.
Yes, get dirty with the germs and also the soil.
And I like what Bada said. You must learn gardening. If you come to my house, I'm the only house in the whole community Bada which has trees. So many trees.
Nice.
all sorts of things. All the rest. Some of my neighbors.
So you can teach. Yeah, you can teach gardening, and I can teach gardening as well.
Yeah.
I mean, for those in the audience, they can check out our website page at freetreesociety.org, and we have our nursery in Bangsa, and we have our jungle nursery in Kawansugu, which has giant emergent trees in the middle of Kuala Lumpur, even closer than FRIM. So near to Lake Gardens and Parliament, we have massive jungle trees there, which are absolutely stunning. So I do encourage the kids to come out and find us there and learn. We'll teach you there too.
Wow, that's a great exposure over there.
Yeah.
And I forgot, and MNS itself, near Museum Negara, we have an urban forest there.
Oh, really?
So you can walk within the urban forest. They have a nursery, and a walking trail within the urban forest, which goes up to the urban areas, up to the
Actually, the urban community forest goes from Malaysia Nature Society all the way over to Free Tree Society, right across the middle of Federal Hill.
that exactly, up to Federal Hill. That's true.
Yeah, right across from one NGO to the other NGO.
Yes.
And of course, there's the Lake Gardens, which is also a very nice area.
Yes.
Lots of trees, lots of plants, lots of lakes and wildlife there as well,
Yes.
including biawak, lots of biawaks there.
All right. So for a while, let's take a break for 5 minutes. Then we'll continue back with our session.
What is it called? They put the multi-million-dollar project.
Guess I'm stuck with you, and that's that. Guess when it all falls down, then whatever. When it don't work out for the better, if it's just ain't right and it's time to say goodbye. When it all falls down, when it all falls down, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. You're the drug that I'm addicted to, and I want you so bad, but I'll be fine. Why we fight? I don't know. We say what hurts the most. Oh, I try staying cold. You take it personal. All this firing shots and making ground is way too hard to cope, but I still can't let you go. 'Cause when it all falls down, then whatever. When it don't work out for the better, if it's just ain't right and it's time to say goodbye. When it all falls down, when it all falls down, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. You're the drug that I'm addicted to, and I want you so bad, but I'll be fine. Why we fight? I don't know. We say what hurts the most. Oh, I try staying cold. You take it personal. All this firing shots and making ground is way too hard to cope, but I still can't let you go. 'Cause when it all falls down, then whatever. When it don't work out for the better, if it's just ain't right and it's time to say goodbye. When it all falls down, when it all falls down, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. You're the drug that I'm addicted to, and I want you so bad, but I'll be fine. Why we fight? I don't know. We say what hurts the most. Oh, I try staying cold. You take it personal. All this firing shots and making ground is way too hard to cope, but I still can't let you go. 'Cause when it all falls down, then whatever, when it don't work out for the better, if it's just ain't right and it's time to say goodbye, when it all falls down, when it all falls down, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. You're the drug that I'm addicted to, and I want you so bad, but I'll be fine.
Baiklah, kita kembali bersama sekali lagi. Jikalau para penonton yang tengok video yang dipersembahkan sebentar tadi, itu adalah video bagi program WSEP saya, iaitu World Scout Environment Program yang diadakan di Pulau Bidong, Terengganu. Anjuran Persatuan Pengangkap di Universiti Malaysia Terengganu serta gabungan daripada Universiti Tun Hussein On Malaysia. Jadi kami buat beberapa aktiviti berkaitan dengan ekosistem marine, terutamanya dengan penanaman koral. Dan syukur kepada Tuhan, kami semua berjaya mendapat anugerah tersebut diiktiraf oleh World Organisation Scout Movement bagi projek kami lah, iaitu projek WSEP. Dan kami merupakan kumpulan pertama di Malaysia yang berjaya mendapat anugerah sedemikian. Jadi bagi rakan-rakan pengangkap saya yang ingin mengetahui bagaimana untuk dapat anugerah WSEP ni, kekal bersama kami sehingga ke penghujung rancangan ini, kerana pada akhir segmen nanti kita akan ada sharing session bersama Encik Rian berkaitan WSEP ni. Okey. Jadi sebelum semua panel kita pun sudah bersedia, jadi saya rasa kita teruskanlah. Okey, ini adalah satu senario, satu senario yang berlaku di Terengganu. Jadi Tan Sri, saya ada pernah terbaca dalam artikel beberapa hari yang lepas tentang satu senario yang berlaku di Terengganu, di mana hutan simpan yang dikenal sebagai hutan belantara di Terengganu, yang sebelum ini diwartakan sebagai hutan simpan, namun kini hutan statusnya telah diubah dan digunakan, dan kawasan tersebut digunakan bagi tujuan peladangan, iaitu penanaman kelapa sawit. Jadi apa pandangan Tan Sri dalam perkara ini?
Saya sedih kali ini sebab hutan simpan belantara ni ada satu perkara yang satu hutan simpan unik, banyak spesies yang unik, masuk kapur di situ. Tetapi dalam Akta Perhutanan, apabila negeri menukar taraf hutan simpan, mereka mesti mengganti kawasan yang lain yang seumpama serupa luasnya bagi ganti kawasan itu. Adakah kerajaan Terengganu membuat demikian? Saya tak faham, saya tak pasti. Tetapi saya sedih, sangat mudah kerajaan negeri menukar taraf hutan simpan untuk pembangunan. Dan ini tidak patut berlaku oleh sebab seawal 90-an lagi ada negara melaksanakan land classification program di mana telah ditentukan di mana kawasan untuk pertanian, di mana kawasan untuk pembangunan, di mana kawasan untuk hutan simpan pemeliharaan, di mana kawasan hutan untuk dibalak, dan di mana kawasan taman negeri, taman negara dan sebagainya. Tetapi oleh kerana kuasa atas kawasan hutan adalah dalam jurisdiction negeri, ahli-ahli politik negeri kadang-kala tidak tidak menghormati rancangan-rancangan ni, dan saya sedih perkara ini berlaku.
Begitulah, jadi kita harapkan apa yang terbaik je lah yang akan berlaku. Kalau boleh kita terus kekalkan hutan tersebut, kerana saya percaya hutan simpan tersebut juga mempunyai pelbagai spesies yang masih hidup di dalam sana.
Betul. Ya.
Betul. Alright,
Negara
okay.
kita tak perlu membuka hutan lagi untuk pembangunan
kita dah
kelapa
kaya.
sawit dan sebagainya. Tak, sebab kita dah mencukupi dari segi ekonomi negara kita. Keluaran minyak, keluaran kelapa sawit, getah semua dah mencukupi. Tidak perlu membuka kawasan hutan lagi untuk pertanian.
Tan Sri, saya nak tanya sikit berkenaan dengan pandangan Tan Sri tadi tu kan. Misalnya tadi Tan Sri ada sebut di bawah kuasa kerajaan negeri, tapi sebagai di peringkat persekutuan tidak ada keselarian yang negeri, ataupun adakah di peringkat persekutuan tidak mampu, tidak boleh mengganggu ataupun memberikan pandangan terhadap pembukaan
Di
hutan?
peringkat itu soalan yang baik. Di peringkat persekutuan ada National Land Council, National Forestry Council, tetapi ini hanya memberi nasihat saja. Kuasa itu adalah di kuasa negeri. Ya, itu adalah dalam kuasa ahli politik negeri lah. Dan kadang-kadang politik negeri ni, saudara semua tahulah, mereka perlukan sumber kewangan dan sebagainya. Dan kadang-kadang tu soal rasuah masuk, dan perkara-perkara yang tak baik pun banyak berlaku dalam yang mengakibatkan hutan dibuka dan tercemar. Ya.
Jadi saya harap itulah, saya rasa kita semua rakyat agak kita harap berdoa lah agar keputusan yang diambil oleh pihak atasan dapat pertimbangkan semula pembukaan tanah ini sebenarnya. Betul. Okay, so kita teruskan dengan senario kedua yang kian dibincangkan di Malaysia juga. So land reclamation project ataupun dikenal sebagai projek penambahkan tanah, terutamanya di Pulau Pinang, has been greatly debated among our society due to the increase in the number of citizens and also rapid industrial development. So what do you think the impact of this land reclamation to our ecosystem, especially marine ecosystem? So I open this question to the floor. Any panel can actually answer this.
No, I don't want to hog the discussion, but the issue of land reclamation is a very serious issue. And one of the major results is the flow of the tides will change. And when the tides change, the whole flow of the ocean life will change. And oftentimes they do these reclamations without doing a detailed environmental impact assessment. And when they don't do that, many of the unforeseen, unpredictable impacts often comes out much later. For example, they use barriers in these coasts. And this changes the whole flow of the oceans, the waves. And then as a result of this, the seashores change. And these are implications which are often difficult to predict. And therefore, politicians should be aware that whatever they do has very serious implications on nature, which they must understand. And a proper and detailed environmental impact assessment must be undertaken before such development be taken.
Jadi secara kesimpulannya, setiap keputusan yang kita ambil ni sebenarnya kita kena consider jugalah impak keputusan yang kita ambil ni kepada alam sekitar. Kalau boleh kita kurangkanlah impak tersebut, sebab kita dan juga alam sekitar saling berhubung kait. Tanpa alam sekitar pun kita tak boleh nak hidup sangat. Ya, macam itulah.
Betul,
jadi,
tapi masalahnya kita tak dapat predict apa yang akan berlaku masa akan datang.
Betul.
Terlebih lagi dengan climate change, rise in sea level dan sebagainya. So you must have a conservative approach to development. Apa Aida sebut tadi in terms of water is a very critical issue because the next world war is predicted to be based on water.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yes.
And 80% of the fresh water is in the form of ice.
Okay. Yes,
The Arctic
true.
and the Antarctic. So the amount of fresh water which we have in our countries, in the rivers, are very small, very limited. Yeah. And so
Yes, correct.
I totally agree with Ida. We must protect our fresh water supply.
So this is a additional question personally from me. If let's say we have this land reclamation, do turtles can actually come to the seashores and also lay their eggs? Is that possible, or will there be any change if there's a land
No,
reclamation?
turtles are very unique animals. As you know, the leatherbacks are gone. We do not have leatherbacks. When I was young, in my younger days, I used to go and visit Terengganu and see the leatherbacks. Now the leatherbacks have gone. Why? Because they've been distracted by derricks, by oil derricks, and they get captured by nets and they die. And now we have only the hawksbill, the green turtles, the river tortoise that are present. No more leatherbacks. Now, they will be affected by land reclamation. Definitely they will, because the orientation and where they lay nests, where their eggs, will be affected as well. So these are implications and impacts which the land developers or the what do you call it, the land reclamation projects must take into consideration as well.
Yes. I do believe extinction of these species is actually a great loss to our country. Actually, these are actually, yes, it's our heritage, our biodiversity heritage. Actually,
Well, we have
We've
lost the
always got to
rhinoceros.
remember that.
Yeah.
The rhinoceros, but every
Yeah,
single animal is connected. I think we've always forget that when we talk about one animal itself, and it's all the animals that are connected to each other, and you can't just single out one. So when you harm one, you harm all, including ourselves at the end of the day.
yes, it's
This
like a
loss of
chain connected.
biodiversity, this loss of biodiversity is often said is akin to burning your libraries before you've read the books.
Yeah.
In others, they've
Yes.
lost. So you've lost the knowledge, you've lost the ability to learn, you've lost the ability to link with these unique species. And the many, of course, rhinoceros, but so many plants have disappeared due to FEDA schemes, where unique plants have disappeared. And oftentimes we don't know what they are,
Yes.
which is unfortunate.
Yes.
And the ones that are soon to go extinct, I think we've got 1,000 elephants left. We've got 500 tapirs left. We have 120 tigers left. They're all on the brink of extinction today, for our society.
I wonder who did accounting.
Yeah. Wasn't that Malaysian Nature Society?
No, in my whole life, Ada, I've never seen a live tapir. Although the tapir
really?
itself
You haven't?
is, in my whole life, I've roamed the jungles of Malaysia. I've never seen a live tapir.
There was
The only
one
tapir
called
I've seen, the dead one.
Yeah.
In the zoo lah. I mean, the only tapir I've seen in the wild was a dead one.
Oh.
It's huge.
Okay.
The same size as my body. So
You need
the only
to spend
wildlife they
another
have seen
3
are
months
elephants.
in the jungle.
Yeah, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, even the number of the animals in the zoo also has been decreased also. Not many species are available over there as well due to this extinction.
Well, they have a rhinoceros in the US.
So you have to plan a trip to US.
No, Indonesia they have. Yeah, in the
Ah.
wilds. They've got a number of Asian rhinoceros in Indonesia still.
Yes. Okay. So I believe we have covered the biodiversity topic. So now let's move on to this air pollution that commonly is a problem in Malaysia. As well, every year we do often face this haze phenomenon, or also known as jerebu lah. Okay, so in health sector, the effects of haze can cause a very deteriorating effects to our health. So starting from the head, you will have headache, irritation of your eyes. You might have inflammation leading to conjunctivitis. For a patient who has prior of asthmatic condition, they will have this worsening of the condition. See, haze contains a lot of particles, dust, and as well as harmful substance as well. So when you inhale, you will have prone to have more lung infection, and not and sub and it also can lead to increased risk of getting cancer as well. So, what are the ways to actually to reduce the effect of the haze to the mankind?
Stop burning
Well,
jungles,
Hmm.
increase protection of forests and certification of forests. This is a really big one, to make sure that the forests that we have are properly certified, so that we know when they are turned into sustainable or unsustainable palm oil or pulp or whatever usage, what is the original certification of the precious forest that we have. And the haze that we have, I think one of the things to always remember about it is that, yes, the air pollution will affect our long-term health and result in people dying faster. But all of those trees that burn, if you think about it in the largest scale of the climate crisis, trees are one of the ways to mitigate it. They are the thing that will take the carbon dioxide out of the air and store the carbon in the trunk and release oxygen. And if you take that tree and you burn it with the peat and you release even more emissions and you take away the thing that is going to take the carbon dioxide out of the air, we're just harming ourselves in, such a huge scale. So for people to speak up about the haze issue, to talk, and just, again, it comes back to personal choice and personal habits about what we're buying. So many of the things that we buy that come from the shops are all these pre-packaged things that have palm oil as fillers that we can avoid if we cook fresh food. There's so many ways to, reduce our usage of paper products, to reduce all the things that we use. And again, it ties back into plastic pollution and all of these things and single usage items. It's a consumption problem, all this deforestation, and it starts with us.
Yes, totally agree with that. How about the issue that when certain people try to clear a land to open for an industrial or for agriculture purpose, so the only way that they actually try to clear a land is via open burning. Actually, what can we
That
do
is,
about that issues?
that isn't the
well,
only way to clear the land. That's the cheapest way, and that's
Yes, this is cheapest way.
traditionally the way it's been done. But we know better now, and we need to keep speaking up about the other methods that are available and the usage of putting and feeding the soil. The minute you get a jungle and you burn it, you not only release all these emissions in the trees, but you destroy the soil. And once you destroy the soil itself starts to emit and cause more issues to the greenhouse effect. Whereas if you feed that soil, and through composting, if you wood chip and put that plant back into the soil, you're keeping a healthy soil. And soil is a big part of the ways to mitigate or sequester, to put that carbon dioxide into the soil instead of into the atmosphere.
Yes, correct.
well, we're talking about all this issue of climate change and greenhouse gases, and Biden is correct. But the issue is, the main cause is the burning of fossil fuel. And burning fossil fuel causes the greenhouse effect, produces carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, chlorofluorocarbon, and carbon dioxide constitutes 64% of the global warming, and that's very serious. So we can reduce that, as Bada said, by actions that we can do on our own. Then, of course, planting forests, not just forest trees, but anything green with chlorophyll will sequester carbon. And so you need not plant trees, as long as even grass itself will sequester carbon. But the other thing is livestock produces methane through digestion in the stomach. And then, of course, fertilizers produces nitrous oxide. And fluorinated gases, they're 23,000 times greater than carbon dioxide, but fortunately they're small in quantity. So these are issues that we can help. And Bida is very correct in addressing that this can be addressed by us all in our own behavior. For example, using air conditioning. We try to minimize aircon. Sometimes in our country, I sometimes use aircon. I'm using aircon because it's very humid. But we try to minimize it. Use more fans rather than air conditioning. Open your windows. Let the fresh air come in. But these are things we can do. But more important to my mind is go out into nature. Step on Mother Earth with bare foot, because that's very important for your health. Don't live in a neutral world which is very artificial. You get up in the artificial world, you go out in the cars, you go out to the office, you go to school, but you never link yourself with nature. And that's what Bida is saying. It's very, very true. And I would like to congratulate the Boy Scouts in promoting all this. And I think you start them young so that they can understand and appreciate nature. And when you do this, the responsibility is not the youth, not the children, but the parents. The parents themselves must be educated. They must be aware. So, sorry, I'm getting a bit emotional.
No, it's okay.
It's okay, sir.
So yeah, it's
Good
what
habits
Tansi.
from the school
Okay.
as well. Also,
Yeah. So this is
And
where the
there's a lot
scouts
of- There's a
role.
lot of wastage. Yeah.
Yes.
So scouts to be able to educate their friends at school, to reduce the plastic, to
Yes,
reduce
agree.
all of this, pre-packaged food, and maybe start community gardens in the school compound and all this healthy eating. All of it makes a difference.
Yes.
True.
Even a small change will make a big difference.
Bida again touched a very important thing. Yeah, and this is the use of plastics. Plastic is a scourge, it's a cancer in the environment. They take millions of years, about 500 years to degrade. Plastic, for example, styrofoam takes about 500 years to degrade. Can you just imagine 500 years? That's a long time.
I always like to
So we
point out
must
the
try
fact,
and reduce the use of plastic.
yeah, for everybody who's watching this video, just remember that the first toothbrush that you ever used to brush your teeth is still sitting in landfill. Every single straw that you have ever used is still sitting in landfill. It's just staying there. So every time you reduce that, you're going to make a difference. It's only one straw, said 8 billion people. It's all of these small changes will make a big impact on our environment and landfill and climate change at the end of the day.
When you go to eat, bring more straws, which is reusable straws.
Reusable
I
straws,
believe-
or we can just use
Metal
our
straws.
lips. We can.
Yeah.
And reuse them.
I believe we're not only focusing on reuse,
Yeah.
reduce, and recycle, but also rethink. I think the most important thing
Yes.
is
My
rethink.
favorite one is actually refuse. The first
Refuse.
one.
Yeah,
refuse.
yeah, it's true. Agree on that.
So we have a
Refuse,
4R now:
yeah.
reduce, reuse, recycle, refuse, and also rethink.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the very first one. Do you actually need to buy it? Is there a better alternative?
Yes,
And that
yes.
first one is where you're going to see the biggest changes.
To be honest, sometimes it's also hard for me to refuse. I think it's challenging for every one of us.
I think part of the problem
It
with
is.
men also is they
Very
don't carry a
true.
big handbag like women do. So men need to start carrying a man
I
bag
will try that.
inside.
I will try
Find your
that.
man bag, you need your cutlery, you need your container, you need your coffee mug, you need your
Yes.
water bottle, all of these things,
Yes.
the tapau containers, you need to carry all of it to make the changes that you want to see.
True. Agree on
Yes.
that.
All right. So okay, that's a very good
It's a
sharing.
change of behavior by the
Yeah, thank you, Tan Sri. So I think that's a very good ways that we can actually implement in order for us to actually help to restore our mother nature back to normal again. That's a huge burden, as what that our parents has been saying that. So moving on to our next scenario, we're going to talk about our current condition. So during movement control order, we often hear the media's reporting that our sky has been
Yeah.
being more clearer, have a clear view. Our polluted rivers tend to be more clean, and the carbon dioxide and also harmful gases emission has been greatly reduced. And most importantly, our ozone layer, which was previously healing, tends to heal more faster during this period of this movement control order. So, how long do you actually think that we will be able to sustain this change?
I'll take this one. I have a big issue with people saying that the earth is healing while we're at MCO. There is certainly less pollution because we're driving less, and there's less rubbish on the streets because we're not going out so much. And definitely we're seeing more animals because they're freer to roam. However, it's not a huge benefit to the earth considering the state of what the environment's actually in. So while we are emitting less emissions now, we haven't actually reduced the global concentrations of gases already in the atmosphere. To do that is going to take decades, and that's what most people don't actually realize. Us reducing emissions today isn't going to solve the climate crisis. It's going to take decades of zero emissions and lots of trees in order to stop the climate crisis. It's not going to go away during the MCO period. It might be a little bit healthier, and we can see it, and we can enjoy seeing the blue skies and understand that this is the goal that we need to get to, but it's not going to April.
maybe we should continue the MCO forever.
Yes.
Yes, I agree. I guess
For the sake of environment, perhaps.
But even
until the earth
still not at
survives
zero emissions
and recovers fully.
Until Mother Nature gives a green light.
Seriously,
it reminds me of Bhutan. They have zero emission. About Bhutan. It's remind me about the zero emission since they are. I think they are considered as the first carbon negative countries in the world because they have less cars, less deforestation. So I think that's the best role model. Since and the MCO, like Baidas mentioning just now, we have less cars and we're going out lesser. So I think if you want to sustain that, that's the way of life. We have to use we have to use public transportation, and I think we have to try to educate ourselves to be more like nature friendly person. I think that's the best for us, for everyone, I guess.
Yes. I believe those points that has been given by Mr. Rian is actually the ways that we actually can use to maintain our mother nature even after MCO has been lifted up later on. Right.
Rian mentioned Bhutan, which is, if I may just mention, I visited Bhutan. It's a beautiful country.
Yes, me too.
They don't consider gross domestic product. They consider gross domestic measure of happiness.
Yes.
And very few cars, and people look up to the environment. And it starts with the royalty, with the king. He gives an example. Gross national happiness, that's what they call it.
Yeah, I always think about
So
the changes that you need to see. They have to. The government has to be aware and make the right policy, but the people also have to want it and desire it. And I don't think we have that here in Malaysia. It's definitely
Yes.
not coming from the top down, and it's not so much coming from the people either. So we're definitely lagging there, and that's why environmental education is so important to keep talking about it. So until it becomes such a valuable part of our society, that is what we crave, and that is what our minimum requirement is: no deforestation and to reduce all these emissions. We won't stand for transboundary haze anymore. We need to really be firm.
Yeah, true.
Absolutely true.
no, the ultimate, my friends, is what the great Mahatma Gandhi once said. The great Mahatma Gandhi said that the world has enough for everyone's needs, but not for everyone's greed. And the problem with humanity is they're greedy. You know, you have one car is not enough. You have my 4 cars. You have one house is not enough. You must have 4 houses or 2 houses.
Okay.
You have, your greed takes over your whole self. You have enough for one's needs. That's enough.
For consumption.
After all,
yes,
when you die, you won't take all this with you. Mahatma Gandhi was very right. And what you see now in this country and many parts of the world is the propensity for greed. You want to have more and more and more of everything, more money, more everything, more bigger houses, bigger cars. What for? Whether you drive a Volkswagen or drive a Mercedes, you still go to the same place, maybe slower, but so what? So it's your lifestyle. You must adapt your lifestyle.
I can think that if you
adjust to the needs of the environment.
Yeah, 4 key areas. So the overconsumption affects a few key areas. So, for example, there's the energy that is used to create it and power it. Where does it come from? Generally, it's fossil fuels. Then there's the transport that plays the role in bringing it to whoever needs it. So you think about food miles, for example, if you buy something that's imported from overseas versus buying something that's made locally. And then you think about the buildings where all of these things are stored. Is it huge refrigerated buildings? Where is it all being manufactured? All of that creates more energy and more waste. And then the last part of it is, what was the destruction that happened to create the thing that you need? Did it come from an open mine? Did it come from blasted limestone? Was there animal displacement used to create it? All of these things are because of overconsumption or just consumption habits. And it becomes, at the end of the day, back to us.
Yes.
True.
Yep, correct. All this greediness is actually will be impacting us at the end, no matter how. So yeah.
Yes. So we need to lead very minimalist lifestyles without wanting too much of the fancy influenza.
By that, I wouldn't say minimal, adequate. You don't be greedy. Minimal means you don't have to live on the streets. I mean, I don't really, and that's not to live on the streets. That's quite minimal, but that's not the way. But enough is enough.
The basic necessities is being.
The basic necessities
don't overeat.
Is enough.
Yeah, basic. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And in this regard, there are biodegradable materials in this country. There's a company in Gurun in Kedah which produces biodegradable products from rice straw for packaging, from other, and you can increase these products by investing into biodegradable products which can replace packaging. For example, when you buy computers, all the styrofoam can be replaced, or the plastics can be replaced. And the single-use plastic sometimes cannot be avoidable, but try and minimize all this, please.
Yes, true.
And in case you want to know, that company is called Free the Seed, and it's based in Gurun, Kedah. You can Google it, and you can purchase products from that company.
Right.
And in the logo, I see windmills there. And the wind energy, wave energy, all these new sources, solar energy, all these are new not new, and alternative energy sources that can be harnessed in this country, although some of them are bit limited. And ocean energy, all these things can be investigated and harnessed.
Yes, true, absolutely true. Before we continue to our discussion, I would like to remind our audience, okay, jangan lupa untuk share, like dan juga komen live sesi kita pada malam ini. Jangan lupa juga untuk like page Malaysia Sea Scouts, dan saya ingin mengingatkan kepada para penonton yang berada di sana, di luar sana, untuk teruskan mengambil nota kerana kita akan ada sesi quiz di akhir webinar ini, dan sijil pastinya akan diberikan pada anda yang layak. Okay, so we have talked enough regarding our land related ecosystem. So let's move on to our marine ecosystem. So as you all know that Malaysia is well known for its breathtaking beaches, filled with green palm trees and also colorful boats with wonderful marine ecosystem. However, due to plastic and as well as garbage dumping into the ocean, it has caused a significant mortality, which lead to the extinction of the species. As well as I'm concerned, one of the way to reduce this plastic consumption is via the usage of a metal straw. How effective is this method, and what are other ocean pollutions, and how do we prevent from such disaster from getting into a wider scale?
We had an event last year, and one of our event organizers.
Baida, that's your area.
Yeah, one of our event organizers collected plastic straws.
I can contribute too.
From just 3 kopitiam shops in Bangsa. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So 3 kopitiam shops in Bangsa over the course of a month, and she collected about 100,000 straws. It was just a huge amount of tens of thousands of straws. It was an incredible number, and that was just from a few shops in Bangsa alone. So you can imagine if people were to just refuse the straws or carry their own, it's going to make a big difference. But I think it's easy for you to look at scouting events. When you go on your jamborees or events, how much plastic waste, especially the organizers, you see at your scouting events. I mean, how do you feed the children? Do you have all individual polystyrene, individual packet, individual plastic bottles? I mean, you really need to consider your catering for the children. Sometimes for my events at work, I will have a caterer that will come with plates that she will wash. So she will bring catering trays that we can serve food from. And we tell all our guests, bring your own drinking water bottle. We will have a refill station. So the refill station is there for them to fill up their own water bottles that they bring from home. So we minimize the use of all these plastic single-use mineral water bottles. There is absolutely no reason for anyone to have to buy water. We can all bring our own water bottle. And the same with containers. Encourage your scouts to bring their own, what we call it is their kit bags. So they've got their own plate, they've all got their own cutlery, and then they serve it, they wash it, they keep it clean, and that's for them to use for their camp. I don't know if you encourage that.
Yeah, I think it's a good reminder for us when you mentioned that. It's a very big challenge for scouts itself, since we have so many scouts during a camp, and like we're facing so many problems with the water, for example, water source to clean up the things. I think that's one of the reasons that being a very big challenge for us in scouts.
Yeah.
But I'll bear in mind.
Hariesh, the question that you asked on plastic.
Sorry, Tan Sir.
Okay.
Oh, I was going to say, if you could add it to the kit list. So when you tell them, bring 2 sets of pants and this and that, also add in, bring a Tupperware or a plate, bring a fork, bring a spoon, bring your own cup, bring your drinking water, bring your own sponge, wash it yourself.
Yeah.
Good habits start from home.
I should invite you for the next camp.
I used to be a
Girl Guide?
Brownie and Girl Scout leader, and this
Okay.
is what we made all the Girl Scouts do. We didn't wash up and clean for them.
Yeah,
they brought their own kit and they clean up themselves. Less wastage.
Yeah, agree on that. Okay, I will note that down. It's a very good reminder for me since you're mentioning that.
And
Thank
stable
you.
internet connection.
Yes, Tan Sri. The kit bag is actually it's a good idea actually.
Back to your question on
Sorry,
marine pollution.
Yes.
This is a difficult issue to address because on the issue of marine pollution, it's a difficult issue to address because the global world, 3/4 is water, and the pollution can come not just from our source, from our rivers, but also from other sources overseas, international waters as well, and they can be brought into our oceans, into our shores. But this is where the marine agencies must take consideration to stop all pollution. Like Straits of Malacca, for example, is very polluted because it's a very major waterway of numerous thousands of ships, and oftentimes they just release the sewage, the oil spills into the ocean, into the Straits of Malacca, and so in other areas as well. So this ocean-going ships must have the responsibility, and they must be monitored by the relevant agencies to make sure they don't do that. But it's not an easy issue to address. In the ultimate, we must ourselves look after the environment, whether we are sea-going vessels or driving our own cars or whatever else. Use public transport as much as possible, but I must admit the public transport in this country is not the most efficient one, so that has to be addressed as well.
Yes. I do believe microplastics
Multifarious
also
areas that has to be looked into.
Yes. I do believe that microplastics also it's a big issue that is causing a pollution in the ocean.
Yes, of course. I have a photograph of a lady asking, can a fish, and ask, can I have a plastic bag? And the lady says, it's already in your fish. So I was trying to send that to you, but somehow they didn't. I thought I did. So
Sure.
In other words, this microplastic is all over, and that has to be addressed very seriously.
Yes. And talking about microplastics, I do believe that we should actually know the source. Where does this microplastics actually coming from and how it actually ends up in the ocean actually. So these are the three sources that I managed to find out. One is from the cosmetic products. Nowadays, we are more concerned about our skin color, our our pores, our pimples. So we tend to use more cosmetic products without knowing the content of the product itself. And bear in mind that actually any cosmetic products which contain microbeads is actually the will end up being microplastic, and it will be degrade into a nano and pico size, and it will end up in the ocean. So once the fish or any marine ecosystem consume the plastics, the microplastic, it couldn't be degraded and it will stay in the flesh. So in the flesh of the fish or in the gills of the fish. And that's where once the fishermen catch the fish, and when we want to eat, we will find the microplastics itself in the fish, and we and again it's coming back again to us, and we are eating that, which causes harmful effects to our body actually.
Yeah, it all disrupts our endocrine as well. I think there was a study that showed that we eat like a credit card's worth of plastic every week or something. It's disgusting. It really is. And I think a lot of it just comes from our own food, eating it at home and stuff. But microplastics, all of a lot of the clothing that we wear, all the plastic polyesters and things as well. So when we wash our clothes, all of that washes into the ocean as well. So I think a lot of microplastic issues comes from washing clothes.
Yes.
So to buy more natural products, cotton,
more of organic products.
Well, just the yeah, I like to buy, like our t-shirts are made from organic bamboo cotton and things like that. But when just the choice of materials as well, the bamboo toothbrush, and to replace things that aren't made from plastic. But a lot of it is not just replacing it; it's replacing it with things that are going to last well. So not just simply switching out. So a lot of people switch out plastic for paper, but that's not a good switch because paper comes from deforestation. So being able to choose the things that are going to last a long time.
No. Baida, paper does not come from deforestation. Please get the facts correct.
A lot of the
Paper
deforestation
comes
in
from
Indonesia
forest
at the moment
plantations,
isn't oil
which
palm,
are
it's
no.
paper.
It doesn't.
Yes, it is.
They are grown. They are produced from plantations,
Yes,
grown specifically for trees.
Hello, Tan Sri.
I think Tan Sri froze.
Paper
He's there.
Results in deforestation. No,
The haze issue that comes from Indonesia
paper does
is
not
just palm oil,
cause
it's
deforestation.
also pulp. And pulp is an issue. Maybe not in Malaysia, but the transboundary haze issue is still resulting from that. So if more and more we switch from plastic
All
to
palm,
paper,
yes, but
then we're going to have that issue.
but all palm, yes, but not paper. But not paper. Please encourage people to use paper bags because paper is produced from sustainable plantations.
I'm
which are
anti-single-use
dedicated to
items,
produce
so a
paper.
paper bag to me is just as bad as a plastic bag. It's carry a reusable bag.
No, that is not quite true. Paper bags is definitely not as bad as plastic bag. Please don't educate the children wrongly. That is totally wrong.
It's not totally
You try
wrong.
and
It's still
degrade
a
paper
single-use
within.
overconsumption item.
No.
Zero
Please,
waste is correct.
we can debate that until the cows come home. But I totally disagree. Wrong message.
I would say
I beg to
agree
disagree with
I
you.
actually think plastic is the worst one, paper is the next worst one, but the way that we should go is zero waste. Yes.
Okay.
So to conclude this,
there's degrees of badness.
yeah. So to,
That's good. We agree to disagree.
So talking about actually even a paper or plastic also do have its harmful effects. Now I believe that we can show the audience a poster that Tan Sri has given to us. Okay, it's may I have a plastic? A man coming. It's a man is asking, and yes, it's actually in the fish. It's actually indicating the microplastics actually. Yeah. So do bear in mind, guys, outside there that consuming these microplastics based products is very harmful, and it will harm the ecosystem, and also it'll come back to us eventually. Yep. And talking about material just now, some of us are very prone to have this genuine leather-based material that is predominantly made from these animals, which is very bad actually because we kill the animals to get their skin and be transformed into a leather, and to be it may looks fancy, but killing an animal, but it's results from killing an animal. So yeah, do consider that as well.
But Yeah, but let's not be extreme just for the leather, just for the skin. You
Hello,
kind
Tan
of,
Sri.
first thing, don't eat meat. Then they don't kill animals. But once you kill the animal, the skin can be used. It's a byproduct.
Yes.
So it's not killing animals for the skin, no. Unless, of course, crocodile skin, that attitude is great. Don't kill crocodiles for this. So those people who go around showing the crocodile skin bags, they should be put in jail as far as I'm concerned. That's not right.
The enforcement should be tightened more.
But cow, leather bags from cows, yeah.
Yeah.
But then I would like to end by telling you to the Queen of Trees. I'd like all the listeners to look at the YouTube, the Queen of Trees, which shows the interlinkages in nature between animals, between trees, and everything else in nature. And that's a very interesting look at it if you have not looked at it before. Thank you.
Yes, totally agree. So, due to our time restriction, I believe we should move to our next segment, which is particularly emphasizing about scouts. So, Mr. Rian, being in scouts, there are many benefits and programs that we actually can join to fill their leisure time. As our webinar is emphasizing more towards the environment, I believe there is programs dedicated to the scout members for them to participate eagerly and as well to earn the badges. So, would you like to give some input for our audience outside there?
Yeah, thank you, Hariesh. I would like to share my screen and I would like to speak in Bahasa Malaysia so I could reach more scouts out there. Sorry, Baida. Right, just a moment.
Ni, slide. Suruh kami lah.
Sekejap Sorry, kejap Okay. Can everyone see the slides? Nampak tak? Alright.
Tak.
Okay, nampak? Hariesh, okay ke? Nampak ke?
Okay, nampak.
Okay, jadi saya akan bercerita sedikit mengenai pendidikan alam sekitar dalam pengakap. So, jadi kita kena tahu, adakah pengakap dalam alam sekitar tu sesuatu yang baru? Okay, sebenarnya pengakap dengan alam sekitar ni bukan sesuatu yang baru. Ia ada satu benda yang dah pun lama dan sejak bermulanya pengakap tu sendiri. Okay, mari kita lihat apa Baden-Powell ataupun bapa pengasas pernah katakan. So Baden-Powell used to say that nature study is the key activity in scouting and guiding. So kita dapat simpulkan bahawa sebenarnya pengakap dengan alam sekitar ni satu benda yang tak boleh dipisahkan. Okay, macam mana yang Baida mentioned just now, she did mention that actually scouts did quite bad. I mean, handling the camp with the garbage and everything. But I think it's time for us to improve. We could start it now. So pendidikan alam sekitar ni bukan satu benda yang untuk dapat lencana saja, tapi dia adalah satu teras dalam kepengakapan itu sendiri. Jadi aktiviti kita ni banyak elemen yang kita melibatkan pendidikan alam sekitar secara langsung atau tak langsung. Tapi yang paling penting sekali adalah keinginan kita untuk belajar. Okay, ni macam selingan sikit untuk kita punya penonton. Okay, ni 4 lencana pengakap kanak-kanak. Agak-agak yang mana satu yang berkaitan dengan pendidikan alam sekitar? Saya bagi 5 saat lah untuk penonton semua. Teka kejap. Mana satu yang melibatkan alam sekitar? Okay. Alright. Saya rasa ramai dah cuba meneka. Okay, ini pengakap kanak-kanak punya tapi untuk pengetahuan kita semua bersama. Rasanya yang mana satu? Sebenarnya keempat lencana ni merupakan lencana yang mempunyai elemen alam sekitar itu sendiri. Jadi kita ada lencana pemeliharaan alam sekitar, peladang kecil, pencipta alam semula jadi dan ahli sains. semuanya berkait rapat dengan alam sekitar. Tapi dua lencana yang paling dominan ataupun yang spesifik terhadap alam sekitar adalah pemeliharaan alam sekitar dengan pencipta alam semula jadi. Jadi kalau kita lihat, kebanyakan apa yang kita belajar dalam Pengakap sebenarnya berkait dengan alam. Macam saya katakan tadi, dia adalah secara langsung ataupun tidak langsung. Jadi sebagaimana Hariesh dah terangkan tadi, World Sky Environment Program ni sebenarnya satu bentuk inisiatif untuk menyokong perkembangan alam sekitar melalui kepengakapan. Okay. Dia sebenarnya dah rentetan daripada Panda Batch. Panda Batch ni sebenarnya lencana hasil kerjasama WWF dengan Pengakap yang telah dilancarkan sekitar 1970 begitu, dan telah diperbaharui bentuknya pada 2009, okay, dan dilancarkanlah World Sky Environment Program. Jadi objektif utama program ni adalah untuk menangani masalah climate change ataupun perubahan iklim itu sendiri. Okay. Jadi untuk World Sky Environment Program, dia menekankan 5 perkara ataupun 5 aims. Okay. Berdasarkan semua isu-isu alam sekitar tu telah dirumuskan menjadi 5 sasaran ataupun 5 aim tadi, iaitu people and natural system, sufficient natural habitat, risk and harmful substances, environment practice, people prepared for hazard, and natural disaster. Semalam Tan Sri ada tanya saya pasal rencana-rencana Pengakap. So this is the batch for the scout who receive after they completing all the tasks. So the blue one is for the Cup Scout ataupun Cup kanak-kanak. The green one is for Pengakap muda. And the purple one is for Pengakap remaja dan Pengakap kelana. So this is the batch that they earn. Okay, yang ni adalah yang kita, program yang kita jalankan lah di bawah yang dianjurkan oleh Persatuan Pengakap Dunia. Jadi kenapa kita perlu ataupun kita menyokong program World Sky Environment Program ni? Okay, sebab kalau kita lihat WSEP ni telah diselarikan dengan Sustainable Development Goals. Jadi kita cuba nak menjadikan dunia ni menjadi lebih baik. Sebagaimana yang telah digariskan dalam 17 SDGs, semuanya ke arah menyokong kelestarian dunia. Jadi World Sky Environment Program ni telah memenuhi 8 daripada 17 SDGs yang menekankan isu-isu kelestarian alam sekitar lah. Okay. Jadi Pengakap ni, apakah peranan yang telah dilakukan? Okay, sebagaimana kita tahu, Malaysia ni kaya dengan biodiversity. Okay, saya pasti Tan Sri memang banyak pengalaman, banyak masuk hutan. Tapi macam Tan Sri kata tadi, tak pernah jumpa tapir hidup. Jadi itu adalah satu benda yang reality, yang jadi satu benda yang malang untuk kita sebenarnya. Saya pun tak pernah tengok tapir di dalam hutan, saya tak pernah jumpa. Itu reality.
Satu kerugian besar bagi kita semua sebenarnya.
Betul, kerugian kita. Lepas tu banyak lagi masalah-masalah. Ini adalah masalah yang sangat kritikal, plastik. Yang kita bincangkan tadi, mikroplastik dan sebagainya. Okay, ini adalah cabaran-cabaran kita. Jadi dalam Pengakap banyak persoalan dan macam tadi Baidah pun ada sebut. Jadi betul ke Pengakap ni hanya tahu berkemah dan merosakkan alam? Ini satu persoalan yang saya rasa kita semua kena renungkan jugalah. Sebab kita sangat aktif dengan alam, tapi pada masa sama kita juga menyumbang kepada kerosakan alam itu sendiri. Sesuatu yang kita kena fikirkan bersama. Bukan kita nak menyalahkan, tapi ini adalah satu benda yang kita perlu fikirkan.
Betul.
Okay, so how are we going to face the challenge as a scouts? Sebagaimana saya katakan tadi, dalam Pengakap itu sendiri adalah ada teras pendidikan alam sekitar. So we are focusing on environment education through learning by doing. I'm sure MNS also apply the same method, learning by doing. So apa yang kita dah buat? So kita ada conservation projects. Ada banyak projek sebenarnya conservation ni. Ini adalah salah satu contoh yang dijalankan oleh rakan Pengakap kita di Sarawak. Okay. Dan kita ada community based projects. For example, rakan-rakan daripada Kuala Lumpur sendiri menggunakan bahan-bahan terbuang, iaitu tudung botol, okay, untuk menghasilkan satu denai jalan, iaitu projek ni dipanggil bottle cap walk type project, okay, yang memang saya rasa satu benda yang baik, dan mungkin ada Pengakap lain yang telah melakukan inovasi dalam menggunakan bahan-bahan terbuang ataupun pelbagai. Sebenarnya kita juga in scouting also kita ada awareness programs. Yang ni adalah contoh eco fertilizer and biological control. daripada kumpulan latihan planet siswa. Okay. Dan ini kita punya hero handsome ni. Ini pun awareness programs. Okay, this is one of the project by Hariesh Rovers Scout Troop. So their project is Save the Nature for Future Awareness Projects. So they give awareness to the people. So satu benda yang bagus lah untuk
Hariesh
sebenarnya.
Sangat serius saya waktu tu.
He's so serious. But it's a good, I think it's a good thing to do. I mean, yeah, sharing to people how to use plastic. Okay, yang kita bincangkan tadi lah.
Ya.
Okay, dan saya nak menyentuh sikit mengenai pendidikan sebenarnya. Sebab ini sangat dekat dengan saya. Kita pendidikan sekitar sebenarnya, kita ada dalam kurikulum, kita ada di sekolah. Tapi pelaksanaan kita sangat lemah. Okay, di sekolah amalan, bukan setakat di sekolah sebenarnya, di dalam masyarakat kita sebenarnya amalan alam sekitar tu sangat lemah lah. Yang mana kita mungkin boleh perbaiki dari masa ke masa. But I believe that through scouting we can change. So educational programs is one of the things that we learn. So okay, this is one of the picture. Actually the Cub Scouts, ini the Skorenda. Cub Scout is learning about types and insects during the environment activities at the Kaburi last year, organized by KL. So it's very interesting, and they complete. I think all of them complete the task given, and they earned the World Scout Environment Program badge last year.
Very good.
Okay.
Hello Rian, boleh dengar?
Oh, boleh dengar. Tan Sri nak macam boleh je kalau kau nak tanya. Okay, the most important thing is we cannot do it alone. Hello. So we need, that's it.
Yes, Tan Sri.
Okay, we cannot do it alone, so we need partnerships. That is the most important thing. I mean, we have the manpower, but we might not have the knowledge. So that is very, very important for us to have partners. Okay, jadi macam ini sebenarnya daripada kumpulan sekolah saya, Cub Scout. So kita terlibat dengan program dekat iPlay Park yang mendapat funding daripada MBPJ. Jadi ini secara tak langsung sebenarnya membantu projek-projek pemuliharaan. This is one of the urban park in Selangor. So I think as KL and Selangor yang dekat dengan kita tak ada hutan yang orang kata besar, tapi kita boleh start with something yang kita ada lah dekat komuniti kita sendiri. Jadi sebagaimana yang kita bincangkan tadi, semuanya adalah untuk ke arah dunia yang lebih baik lah. Jadi tadi kita dah tahu serba sikit mengenai World Scout Environment Program. Tapi pada 5 Jun 2020, kita telah lancarkan satu yang baru. Sebenarnya bukanlah berbeza, tapi dia adalah rebrand. Daripada World Scout Environment Program, kita rebrandkan kepada Earth Strike. Okay, ini adalah benda yang terkini lah. Kita tambah baik apa yang ada dalam World Scout Environment Program. Kenapa kita tambah baik? Sebab dunia berkembang. Masalah alam sekitar berubah dan berkembang juga. Jadi kenapa kita cuba selarikan mengikut apa yang peredaran zaman lah untuk menangani masalah isu alam sekitar ni secara tidak langsung. Jadi untuk pengetahuan Tan Sri juga berkenaan dengan Lencana dan juga pengetahuan semua, kita ada 3 Lencana, ada pun 3 cabaran di bawah Earth Strike, iaitu Champion of Nature, Plastic Tightener dengan Scouts Go Solar. Okay, yang Champion of Nature ni adalah hasil kerjasama Persekutuan Pengakap Dunia bersama dengan WWF. Jadi mereka ada kursus lencana mereka yang dikeluarkan sendirilah. Jadi lencana untuk Champion of Nature ni memfokuskan kepada alam dan juga biodiversity. Okay, itu cabaran dia lah. Dan since we talk about plastic just now, we have one of the challenges, that is the plastic tightness. Jadi the focus of the plastic tightness is to build healthier and more resilient oceans, lakes and lands by understanding how pollution affect the world. Jadi kita boleh bekerjasama dengan antara NGO yang ada ataupun agensi yang ada untuk program-program yang diadakan lah untuk pengakap ni. Saya sebenarnya galakkan semua pengakap, tak kira di kumpulan ataupun yang negeri, saya galakkan untuk bekerjasama dengan NGO ataupun agensi yang berada di lokasi anda. Sebab tanpa mereka, kita pun mungkin kita ada kekurangan sumber pengetahuan misalnya. Okay, jadi it's very important for us to work together. So I would like to attract attention since is a center that committed to protecting its natural environment and minimizing its environmental impact and promoting the environment. Jadi SIN ni sebenarnya sebuah kawasan yang kita gazetkan sebagai kawasan yang menekankan pendidikan alam sekitar. Jadi Malaysia sebenarnya ni saya dah terumum lah awal ni. Sebenarnya terumum awal pula. Okay, sebenarnya SIN di Malaysia kita ada satu SIN center. Sebenarnya kita baru dapat pengiktirafan sebenarnya daripada Persatuan Pengakap Dunia, dan itu adalah SIN center pertama Malaysia. Okay, dan kita berada dalam 36 buah SIN center di seluruh dunia, di mana 5 daripada SIN center tu ada dekat Asia Tenggara lah. Asia Pasifik. Jadi kita ada di Australia, Hong Kong, Nepal, Taiwan dan Malaysia sendiri. Jadi kalau kata siapa-siapa pengakap yang ingin melakukan aktiviti melibatkan alam sekitar ataupun ingin belajar mengenai biodiversity, bolehlah ke Sabah di Scout Nature Park di Sandakan. Untuk pengetahuan semua, SIN Center Malaysia iaitu di Sabah telah bekerjasama dengan Jabatan Hutan Negeri Sabah dan beberapa agensi-agensi lain untuk menjayakan program SIN Center di sana. Jadi jemputlah ke sana. Saya promo siap-siap ni. Jadi memandangkan tiket tengah murah ni, bolehlah pergi ke sana melancong sambil belajar ilmu alam. Okay, but I'm looking forward to have another one more SIN center. Mungkin boleh kerjasama dengan FRIM ke, Tan Sri? Boleh. Nanti kita pergi tepi. Cantik. Dekat sebab kita plan nak ada satu sebab kita plan nak adakan satu urban SIN center. Boleh Tan Sri, nanti kita sembang tepi. Boleh. Alright. Boleh. And this is the potential partners lah yang kita done. Okay, good. Thank you Tan Sri. Okay, this is the
ada frame pun ada. Bagus.
Kita sebenarnya ini adalah yang kita tengah look into yang mana yang kita nak cuba collaborate. Untuk WF macam saya katakan tadi, untuk yang lencana terkini di bawah Earthstrike, Jabatan Alam Sekitar sebenarnya dia ada club dia sendiri sebenarnya, club alam sekitar untuk junior lah. Jadi mungkin kita boleh collaborate in the future lah. Dan Jabatan Laut Semenanjung sebenarnya kalau tak silap saya dah pun bekerjasama dah buat MOU dengan Sea Scout. Betul jadi ini adalah benda yang bagus sebenarnya, sebab ini adalah agensi yang mereka tahu, mereka ada pengalaman, mereka ada pengetahuan yang mana mungkin pengakap sendiri tak ada. Jadi saya amat galakkan negeri ataupun kumpulan yang ingin buat program approach agensi-agensi inilah yang mana yang berdekatan dengan anda. Ada juga kawan-kawan kita di sekolah. Ya.
Boleh tambah Malaysian Nature Society tu.
We're looking forward for that, Tan Sri. Of course, I will put it later. Jadi untuk guru-guru, rakan-rakan guru yang mungkin setengah menonton, sebenarnya kita ada satu juga eco school programs yang boleh rakan-rakan guru cuba dapatkan penginterapan di sekolah dengan melakukan projek-projek alam sekitar yang berkaitan. Jadi sekolah yang terlibat akan dapat penginterapan eco school lah. Ini salah satu benda yang menarik juga, sebab untuk eco school ni bukan setakat belajar, tapi mereka dapat pengalaman yang lebih bermakna lah, sebab dia hands-on activities. Ini adalah antara benda-benda yang saya rasa menarik dan kita boleh kembangkan kepada ilmu, kepada pengakap tu sendiri. Okay, ini potential partners lah. Jadi saya sudahi, sebab masa pun tengok mencemburi kita, saya sudahi saya punya pembentangan dengan satu quotation daripada kita punya founders. Okay, God has given us a world to live in that is full of beauties and wonders. And He has given us not only eyes to see them, but minds to understand them. If we only have the sense to look at them in that light. Saya rasa ini satu benda yang sangat mendalam dan perlu kita hayati bersama. Jadi saya rasa itu saja dari saya. Saya serahkan kembali kepada Hariesh.
Okay, terima kasih Tuan Rian. Ada satu soalan daripada saudara kita. Bagaimanakah tribe ini berjalan? Dan satu soalan daripada saya sendiri, untuk maklumat lanjut berkenaan tribe, ada tak apa-apa website yang boleh mereka kunjungi?
Okay, untuk Earth Strike, sebenarnya dia baru launch pada 5 Jun hari tu. Jadi kita sebenarnya di peringkat PPM kita sedang merangka penyelarasan lah. Okay, penyelarasan untuk melaksanakan program ni. Sebab kita untuk Scout Go Solar sebenarnya dah berjalan sebelum ni. Kita cuba nak menyelarikan semua program supaya dia tersusun. Jadi itu antara cabaran kita hadapi sekarang. Tambah pula dengan kita ada Sekatan Perjalanan sekarang, MTO. Latihan yang sepatutnya dilakukan iaitu yang dibekalkan oleh UN sendiri tertunda. Jadi itu antara benda-benda yang memberi kesan kepada kita punya perancangan lah. Tapi jangan risau, Earth Strike Malaysia kita akan announce tidak lama lagi. Jangan risau. Dalam tempoh terdekat lah. Mungkin waktu tu mungkin ada kerjasama dengan NGO lain lah yang akan dimaklumkan kemudian. Okay, untuk laman web Earth Strike tadi kan? Sekejap ya, saya type. Okay, saya akan kopikan. Okay, untuk yang ingin mendapatkan maklumat lebih lanjut, boleh ke laman web earthstrike.scout.org. Saya sharekan ke ruangan, mungkin Hariesh boleh sharekan ke paparan.
Baik, saya akan minta AJK Technical untuk memaparkan terus link tersebut. Okey, jadi berdasarkan apa yang dibentangkan oleh Tuan Rian tadi, jadi terdapat banyak sangat-sangat aktiviti yang boleh kita buat sebenarnya. Cuma nak ke tak nak sahaja. Kalau nak, boleh buat dan boleh bawa satu perubahan kepada kita dan juga alam sekitar. Kalau tak nak, kita akan terpaksa tanggung risikonya nantilah. Dan saya rasa tak mustahil lah kalau lepas ni kita dapat lahirkan lagi ramai peserta award, WSEP award, ataupun dikenal sebagai Earth Tribe Award lepas ni. Okey, sebelum kita mengakhiri majlis kita, saya menjemput setiap panel untuk memberikan mesej terakhir ataupun harapan mereka kepada para penonton kita sekalian. So kita mulakan dengan Tan Sri kita. Tan Sri? Rasanya ada masalah internet. So okay, let's move on to Miss Baida Jane. Would you like to give your last message and the hope to our society?
Yeah, sure. Just to remember for all the children and the adults as well that we just have to continue to keep learning about the environment and keep reading about it. We also have to use our voices to speak up about issues that concern our future. And we also have to make sure that our personal choices are the ones that speak volumes in the marketplace, at home, at school, at work for all of us, and that practicing good, sustainable habits begins with us, each of us.
Alright, thank you. Tan Sri, connection okay ke?
Dah boleh dah. Yeah.
Okay, Tan Sri. Boleh bagi sepatah dua kata untuk message.
Pesanan saya senang saja. Mudah saja, iaitu tepuk dada, tanya diri sendiri. Ya. Kita sendiri mesti tumpu kehidupan kita terhadap pemeliharaan sekitar. We must make our lives.
Tan Sri?
We the same.
Hello Tan Sri, frozen again. Okay, tak apa. Saya rasa kita teruskan dengan Encik Rian dulu.
Okay, as for me, I think the most important thing we have to bear in mind that everyone is not perfect, but everyone can contribute, even the smallest thing that we can do. And when we do, we want to try to adapt environmental education, we must first start from ourselves. I know it's very challenging. We can like refuse everything, every plastic in our life. It's definitely, I think we can't do it. Yeah, it's quite impossible, I guess. But we can start something. Start small. Start with our own self. After that, we try to inspire others. inspire around us, inspire our father, inspire our brothers. And when we inspire the people around us, then only we can start with inspire the community itself, and we act towards the global, to tackle down the global issues. I think that's from me.
You have a wonderful platform in which to inspire so
Yes.
many people. I look forward to seeing what you're going to do.
Oh my God!
Ah.
But I need your help. I need your help for the program soon.
I'm happy to help you. Happy to help you
Okay.
anytime.
Sure. Is Tan Sri there?
Alamak,
Oh,
Tan
we
Sri, line connection problem. Okay,
Oh, he's back.
Hello, Tan
Tan
Sri.
Left for it. We're back.
Yes, Tan Sri.
Last word from me, Hariesh.
Yes.
To live this world, we live only our footprints and
Alamak.
dapat tu.
Maybe boleh ulang sekali lagi, Tan
Take
Sri.
only memories and leave only our footprints.
We take,
Okay.
yes.
Bila
We take
kita
only
meninggalkan
memories.
dunia, kita tinggalkan tapak kaki kita dan yang lain, and take with you your memories.
Just untuk kesimpulan daripada apa yang Tan Sri sebut tadi, we take only memories and leave our footprints actually. Jadi saya nak ucapkan terima kasih. Thank you very much to all the panelists for 2 hours. A solid 2 hours of
Yes.
knowledge sharing session. I personally definitely have gained much more knowledge regarding these ecosystems and its the problem behind what's happening right now, especially in our own country. And I believe that all of us are actually responsible towards our mother nature as well. A small quote from me, bertindaklah sebelum segalanya menjadi terlambat.
Yeah,
Kata patah sebelum nasi menjadi bubur lah. Okey, dengan itu saya akhiri webinar kita pada malam ini dengan ucapan terima kasih kepada semua panel dan juga kepada para penonton yang setia bersama kami selama 2 jam ini. Sebentar lagi kami akan sharekan link bagi kuis webinar pada malam ini. Sekian, terima kasih. Jumpa lagi pada webinar yang akan datang pada Sabtu minggu depan jam 9 malam.
Okay.
Terima kasih Hariesh, terima kasih Baida.
Thank you everyone. Thank you.
Selamat malam.
Bye-bye. Good night.
Okay. Bye-bye dan
Bye-bye.
salam pengangkat kepada rakan-rakan saudara pengangkat saya yang saya kasih.
Dah. Nanti link tu kena bagi nanti.
Okay.